Hello and welcome back. This is class 3. This is again an intermediate class. As of tomorrow, I'm going to do a few beginner ones for those who want a lower intensity class. For today's class, you might need weights if you want to join in with the weights. And if you don't have any weights, a couple of tins of beans, something like that, because I'm only using 1 kilogram. So anything up to 1 kilogram is going to be perfect. Otherwise, you can just do the exercises without, no problem. Okay, so we're going to start with our feet together. Roll the heels out and then the toes. So you're going to rock forwards onto the toes, transferring the weight forwards and then coming back. So we're just testing the front of the thighs. We're just loosening off the ankles, getting some muscles around the ankles and the knees warmed up, coming forwards and back. Okay, so now just placing your hands on your hips, we're going to try draw some big circles. Again, to just loosen up the hips, the knees, the ankles. And then change direction. And then come back to center. Keep your hand on your hip. Push your hip out to the side and lift the arm up and over. And then come back through. Pushing the hip out and back. Let's do one more of those. So you're placing your hand on your hip, pushing your hips that way, and then lifting the arm up and back. And again. And then come back to center. Now I'm going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to let my annoying cat out. 2 seconds. This is working from home. Okay, so we're going to start rolling the shoulders back and down. And now as you roll the shoulders back and down, you're going to bend the knees, keeping the knees hip distance apart, and then roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And again, rolling the shoulders up, back, and round. So you're keeping the knees hip distance apart. You can even have a little check that they're tracing over your toes as you come down. Last one, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So the shoulders are in that rucksack position. You've got eyes on the horizon. And then we're just going to place our hands onto our tummy and we're going to take a breath in. So switching the core on. Inhale, the ribs lift up. And then on the exhale, the ribs slide down. And you start to pull the muscles underneath the belly button in towards the spine. So it's these muscles here that we're trying to pull in. And then release those muscles down. Take another breath in, you feel the ribs lift up. And then it's on the exhale that you start to pull the core muscles in. So again, totally against what feels natural. It's on the exhale that you start to pull those muscles in. So with that in mind, we're going to begin. So we're going to start by shoulders back and down, bringing the arms up, lower than your shoulders, keeping your hip bones pointing forward. Then you're just twisting the upper part of the body and back to center. So really concentrating on eye line forwards, hips forwards. And as soon as you isolate them, then you start to feel this stretch in the upper part of the body. It's a really lovely stretch. Nice and gentle, but again, with just concentrating on keeping the hips pointing forwards, the eye line forwards. Let's do one more either side. Last one, keeping the eye line forward, shoulders down and back to center. Relax the arms, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Placing the hands just around the bottom area, bring the elbow back, bring the shoulders back, lift the head. And just taking a nice breath in, you can feel a stretch across the chest. And then relax. And again, bring the elbows, the shoulders, lift the head, take a breath in. And then relax, rolling the shoulders back and down. Okay, so taking hold of your weights or your tins of beans or tins or whatever you've got, we're going to take a wide stance. So you're going to bring the feet out towards the side. Just imagining that your head and your lower back are attached to an imaginary wall and you're not going to allow them to detach from that. So you're not going to lean forward as you do this. You're going to keep the head on that wall, taking a breath in. Exhale and slide your back down the imaginary wall. When you get to about here, I want you to push through your heels. That activates the glutes, the bottom muscles. Inhale Exhale, slide down. You've got your head on that imaginary wall. You're tall through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. So imagine that helium balloon pulling through the spine to lengthen the spine of the neck, keeping nice and tall as you do so. Last one, hold down. Okay, so when we're here, we've got the core pulled in, we're nice and tall, and we're just going to come up an inch and down an inch. And again, keep the knees rolled out towards your little toes. Keep the core switched on. Keep your head attached to the imaginary wall, pushing all your weight through your heels, which switches on your bottom muscles. So pushing through the heels. 4. Should be getting a bit fiber now. 3, 2, last one. And then come up. Loosen off the legs a little bit and just gently roll round in the hip, just to loosen off the hip, but get the ankles and the toes involved, changing direction. And then change over legs. So rolling round, changing direction, and then come back to center. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Just allow the weight to pull you down the side, lift the elbow up, inhale. And then exhale. Stack the spine. And then going to the side, lift the elbow up, take a breath in. Exhale, stack the spine. Take a breath in. You can feel those muscles around the rib cage having a really nice stretch. So just make sure you make the most of that, taking a breath in. And then come back to tall. Roll the shoulders back and down. Leave the shoulders in that rucksack position. Don't allow one shoulder to lift. Keep this nice and level. Then you're just going to drop the ear down towards the shoulder. And by keeping the shoulders level, you're not going to get very far with this stretch. You can feel the stretch even more so down here. Come back to center. And drop the ear towards the other shoulder. Again, letting the weight pull gently the hands down. Increasing the stretch, come back, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. I'm just going to loosen off the neck once more, just gently rolling around. And again. And then back to center, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Just place the weights just to the side of your mat. We're going to need them in a little bit. Just come to the end of your mat now. We're going to do a gentle roll down. So your hip distance apart with the feet when you do this. You've got a little bend in your knees, but other than that, we're just trying to relax the body. So taking a breath in, have a stretch up, and then exhale, nod the chin. You feel a really nice stretch down the back of the neck as you nod the chin, then bring the arms round, little bend in the knees, and just gently lowering yourself down. You can give the neck and the head a little shake from side to side. You're just gently rolling down towards the floor. And you just hold wherever feels comfortable. It doesn't need to be hands on the floor. It could be not very far. It could be just somewhere in between. But wherever feels a nice stretch, just hold and just take a breath in. Again, you can feel the muscle stretch as you inhale. And then exhale and stack the spine. Dragging the hands really slowly. The head is going to be the last thing to sit back on top. Rolling the shoulders round. Sitting the head back. And again, last one. Inhale. Exhale, nod the chin, round the shoulders. And again, you can switch off the muscles in the neck and the head by just rocking the neck and the head or giving it a little movement. Hold wherever you feel is a nice stretch. Just take a few breaths in and out. And then exhale. Start to bend the knees and come onto your toes as you lower down. Trying to keep the ankles and the knees and the feet pointing forward. Just walk yourself down onto the mat. Okay, so bringing yourself to lay onto your back. And you're going to bring yourself so you're hip distance apart with the knees and the feet. So we're going to start with leg extensions, something we actually did on class 1. So I'm going to show you that one again, but before we start, I'm just going to remind you of one of the basics again. We keep this part of the back here, which is the natural curve of our spine, we keep that the same shape. We don't allow the pelvis or the rib to move and thus make this gap bigger. We don't want that. We want to get the muscles in the core nicely switched on so that we can control that gap. So we're going to start by taking a breath in, exhale, and on the exhale you start to pull these muscles in, and now you've got a strong base there. Now you've done that, so you can lift one leg into tabletop and then slowly lift the other one up to join it. Okay, so we're going to start by just extending the leg away as far as you can without arching that back. As it comes back in, the other one goes. It's nice and slow. Okay, so get a little feel for this. You should feel the tummy muscles working really hard. Keep the belly button pulling in towards the spine. So we're trying to suck the tummy muscles in, keeping them switched on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is lift the arms, and then with that, lift the head and the chest. So my tummy muscles are still pulled in, and I've got a little peach under my chin, so I'm looking up rather than squashing the peach. Keeping centered, keeping strong, reaching those hands forwards, looking up towards the roof rather than looking at your knees, and just thinking, I'm going to lift my chest, not lift the head, I'm going to lift my chest. Okay, we're going to do another 4 either side. And when we've done these 4, we're going to finish with another 4, but quicker. Keeping the core switched on. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower down, hook the knees in, and just rock gently from side to side. Good work. So just loosening off the muscles, just relaxing the body out. And hold on to the knees, pull the knees into the chest. Inhale, and this time on the exhale, we're trying to relax the body. So switch off the muscles in the feet, in the calves. Just relaxing the muscles. You can even rock the head from side to side just to make sure those muscles are nice and relaxed. Do 2 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, switch off the muscles. Last one. And then come back around to center. Okay, so bring yourself up to sitting. And we're going to start with our legs a little bit lower down this time. Okay, you can have them flat to start with, or if you need, you can have them a little bit bent. We're going to practice the full roll down. I'm going to show you an in-between version after we've got going. But to start with, we're going to sit nice and tall. You sit nice and tall through the spine, taking a breath in. Exhale, and you round. So I'm rounding here, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. And then you're gently lowering down, rounding the back. And when you get to about here, you bring the arms up, over, and onto the floor. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine, bring the arms up. And if you need at this point, you can bend the legs and bring yourself up through to tall. Keep that going. So it's rounding. Squash the peach underneath your chin. Round, round, round. Concentrate through this final bit. That's where the weakest muscles are. Bring your arms over. Take a breath in. Exhale. Come up. So I'm going to show you an easier way of getting up if you're struggling. Bring the knees in. Bring your hands on the back. And come back to tall. Okay, so this is an easier version. If you're okay, just keep with the one with your legs extended. I'm going to move back to that one. So we've done 4. So as you come up, if you need, you can just lift the knees off the floor to bring yourself up. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Nice and slowly. The slower you do this, the more muscles you're going to engage. If you go down too quick, you're going to miss sections. So you squash the chin, rolling up and through to tall. Nearly there. Rolling down. Lifting the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Round again. If you need, you can lift the knees up. Give them a little bend. It takes a bit of the pressure off. This is the last one. If you're feeling really strong in this, come up slower. So come up through this bit. A little bit slower. Come up to tall and then reach forwards. Now, really reach forwards. So we're not folding ourselves over the legs. We're reaching forward. You're going to feel a stretch down the back of the legs here. back up to tall. And again, fall down and then reach. And then you can relax the arms down, relax the head. Just try to relax the thighs. We're going to just sit here for a few seconds. And then roll up to sitting, rolling the shoulders back and down. Good work. Okay, bring yourself onto your side. You need your little cushion or jumper. And you're going to bring yourself to lay onto your side for the side kicks. You've got your hip bone here, directly above this hip bone here. So that means that we're going to use the right muscles, which is the glutes here and the outer thigh when we do this next exercise. So taking a breath in, exhale, get the core switched on. So you've got the core switched on now, and then you're going to lift the leg just to hip height. As you do, you shouldn't have any movement in your waistline. You should be taking the weight of the leg through the tummy so that you're not dipping down into the waist. Okay, keep this going. So we did 6 before on the other classes. We're going to just up it to 8 this time. Inhale, exhale. Another thing to focus on is keeping the thigh pointing forwards the whole movement. Noticed in a lot of my classes that when you get to near the top of the movement, the thigh starts to rotate a little bit. So we're going to try stop that. Try to be aware of that. Last one. Lower the leg down and have a little rub into those muscles if you need to. Okay, so next exercise, take a breath in. Exhale, get the core strong, lift the leg just up to hip height. Now think about bending the knee and bringing the knee forward, but think about the thigh muscles. So don't use your mind. I don't imagine the kneecap area helping you do this. Imagine the thigh muscles. So you've got your core strong. You're going to come forward with the knee and you're going to keep the thigh lifted. Keep the thigh lifted as the knee comes forwards. And then you're going to extend the leg back out. As you do this, you're trying to still stay stacked in the hip bones. You're not rocking forward. You're staying stacked and the weight is staying centered. Inhale. Exhale, keep the thigh high, and as you bring the knee forward, you really need to pull those tummy muscles in to stop yourself rocking forwards, okay? You should feel the glutes and the thighs working, but the core should be really working hard. Your tummy muscles should be working so hard to keep the leg here. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale, come in. Pause, back out, lower and relax. Give the leg a little rub. Okay, so we're going to go to one that we did on a previous class. So this is the circles. So I quite often put this one in because it's really good for the control around your hips. And remember, we're trying to keep this area nice and still. So we're trying to stop this movement. And to do that, focus on 2 areas in particular, your core, your tummy, and the glutes, the bottom. Okay, so taking a breath in, exhale, get the core strong, so you're pulling these muscles in towards the spine, lift the leg up, put a little squeeze on the bottom cheek now, and you're going to start to draw circles round, keeping the hips nice and still, and look how slow I'm doing these circles. They're not fast. If you go fast, you're going to lose the control. We're going to do 4 in one direction, so on 3. Keeping nice and strong. And now when we change direction, this is where it all goes a bit wrong. It's really tough to keep the control. You should be really aching away in those glutes right now. We've got 2 more. Keep the core strong throughout. Last one. Lower the leg down. Bring the legs in, and you can make a fist if you need to. Rub into the aching muscles. And then grab either a couple of blocks or a cushion. Bring yourself to palm on palm. And we're going to start to gently open up the chest. So another really important exercise when we're stuck in is opening up and stretching the muscles through the arms and the chest. Inhale, exhale. These muscles go towards the problem of shoulders rounding forwards. So if we could just stretch these muscles out, keep them stretched out. And we've got a chance of the shoulders being able to get into the outer circles. Hold the arm out, just take a breath in. Just hold there and relax through the exhale. Relax the feet, relax the glutes. And then come all the way back in to palm on palm. Good work. Okay, so bringing yourself up, we're going to do the Pilates plank next. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through this bit by bit. There's 2 stages to it. There's no need to go to the top stage. You can stay with the first stage. But we're all going to start in the same position with palms facing in, elbows tucked in slightly. The first part of the move is tucking the tailbone under. So this movement starts from here. We tuck the tailbone under, which pulls the tummy muscles in. Think about trying to get your hips and your ribs closer together. You're trying to get that gap closer together. So you start here, you tuck the tailbone under, which pulls the tummy in. You've already lifted up a little bit. Then you're going to push through your elbows to lift you up. Now, I've not changed the position of my spine. I'm tucked under in the tailbone. I'm holding here. So pulling the belly button in as much as you can. And then if you want to go to the top level, you can tuck the toes under and push up into this position. But this is tough, so don't feel like you have to hold that. You can stay in this. Don't forget to keep pushing through the arms. Don't allow yourself to sink into the shoulders and into the arm. Holding for another 10, 9, 8. Keep breathing. Challenge yourself to exhale and keep the core pulled in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand lower. Good work. Just start by just relaxing, stretching the arms out. And then just bring yourself up. And just have a little stretch through the back. Tucking under again the tailbone, pulling the head in. And come back down. Bring yourself down onto the mat. And have a little stretch through the lower back. Be very gentle with this. Obviously, if you've got lower back problems, just be very gentle with this move, or you might want to give it a miss and just go into the move we've just done. If not, pushing gently up through the arms, lowering the shoulders, and then you can just lift gently the head if it feels comfortable, and then lower slowly back down. Inhale. Exhale. So you've got the core just gently switched on as you come up. Relax the shoulders. Lower yourself down. And then just bring yourself into child's pose just to release those muscles out a little bit. And rolling up. And then come to bring yourself to sit forward. So you've got your tins of beans or your weights. Okay, so we've done this one, did it facing this way previously, but just to demonstrate the knees that I was talking about, I'm going to do it this way this time. So when we do the roll down, weights are on the side to start with, hands are here. You're gently rolling down and you're trying to keep hip distance apart with the knees and the feet. And when you get to this position, you're going to roll up slowly and think about being centered as you do. So that means think about the things you can feel pressing into the floor, your sitting bones. Try to keep that nice and even as you roll up and down. Okay, so that's easy enough to keep your body centered without making it too hard. But now, if you want to, we're going to move up with the weight. And this is where I want you to really focus on keeping the knees still, keeping your body centered in this position. Lifting the arms up, take a breath in. Exhale, rounding down. Okay, and then you're going to bring one arm out to the side, not very far, because you'll find that if you go too far, you're going to rock to that side. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Come back, come up to tall. Inhale, exhale. So this is where you're going to feel when you bring the arm out that your body wants to bring you to that side. So you're really having to use those tummy muscles to keep the thighs and then knees perfectly still, to keep the weight centered. Come up 2 more. Inhale, exhale, come down. Hold, out to the side. If you want, you can challenge, go a little bit further. It's pretty tough. Inhale, exhale, out to the side. Keep centered. Don't allow your body to lean that way. come up. Last one. Inhale, exhale, come down. Out to the side. Back. Because it's the last one, we'll just do two either side, just to finish strong. Last one. Relaxing the shoulders, relax the elbows now. Pull the belly button in, think only my tummy muscles are going to bring me up to tall. Relax the legs down. Give the legs a little rub from side to side. Pop the weights down and then just gently bring yourself down and have a full body stretch onto the floor. Reaching away those muscles and take a breath in as you reach away. And then exhale and relax. And again, reach away, take a breath in. And exhale, let the legs roll out, let the ankles relax. And then bring one leg in and then the other. Bring the arms over. Okay, so you're going to need the weights again. But remember, you don't need to use them. You can just do the exercise without. We're going to practice some rib control now. So imagining that your rib bones are fastened down to your hip bones with a piece of string. That gap there is not going to get any bigger. If it does, then you're going to change this gap here. We don't want that. So you're going to keep those fastened together by using your core muscles. We're going to challenge that now by bringing the weights up above the tummy area, taking a breath in. Exhale, get the core pulled in as you bring the arms back. And as you bring the arms back, you're going to feel about this point that if you let go of those tummy muscles, you would arch your back. And then you come back up to tall. Inhale, exhale. This is tough, but it's doable. But we're now going to bring the legs into tabletop to make it harder. Inhale, exhale, lift one leg, lift the other leg, and go again. So the core's switched on. You're bringing your hands to here, not to the floor, because if you bring them to the floor, pretty much guaranteed you've arched your back. Inhale, exhale. And back. Anyone want to make it tougher? Then you can extend one leg away. Pause. And back. Inhale. Exhale. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's go. We're going to do two more either side. Nearly there. Make sure you finish strong by keeping the belly button pulled into the spine, not arching the back. The last one. Come back to center. Drop the weights down. Hook the legs in and just roll them round in a circle. Just a really big circle. Loosening off the back, loosening off the hips. And change direction. Good. Okay, so we're going to work the leg on the other side. So bring yourself up, bring your weights with your cushions with you. Bring yourself onto your side, taking a breath in. Exhale, getting the core strong. The hips are stacked. Then you're going to lift the leg up and then lower down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the leg, keep the thigh pointing forwards and lower. Inhale. Exhale, come up again. The thigh stays forwards and the core stays switched on so that you know that you're not going to move the spine and the movement's just coming from the hip. Two more. So now we know the movements. We don't need to wait in between. So as we lower the leg down, take a breath in, prepare yourself. Inhale, exhale, lift, and then keep the thigh hip height as the knee comes forwards and back out. And again, in, keep the core strong. Keep your weight centered. Keep the hips stacked on top of each other. You can feel that your body wants you to rock forwards. Pull the tummy muscles in. Try to get a bit of control using the tummy muscles. And if need be, don't bring the knee in as far. That's absolutely fine. You can do a movement like this, a little bit slower, a little bit smaller. If not, you've got two more and nearly there. Last one. Inhale, exhale, back. Lower the leg and give them a little rub if you need to. Okay, the circles. Remember not to rock forwards and back. Make the circles smaller if you need to. They can be tiny as long as you've got that control. Inhale, exhale, lift the leg up. Gently draw the circles round. We're doing 4. 1. Squeezing the bottom muscle, using the tummy muscles. 2. 3. And unfortunately, we've got to go backwards now, so change direction. So this is always the one that really kills right at the end. Last one, last exercise, nearly there. Stay strong. Come back to centre. Lower the legs down. Bring the legs in. Give them a good rub. And whenever you're ready, pop your head on a bit of a bigger cushion. Bring the hands palm on palm and open up the chest. Bringing the arms out. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back to centre. Inhale, exhale. Relax the arms, relax the neck and the head. And back. Let's do one last one. Opening up the chest, watching the hands so that you get a really nice stretch through the arms, through the neck and chest. And then float all the way back to palm on palm. Good work. Bring your head onto just a little cushion or onto the mat. Bring your arms out to the side and just let the legs now, so keeping the knees fastened together, let them fall down to the side. Now look away, so you're looking in the opposite direction. Take a breath in, feel a nice stretch, and then when you exhale, relax the muscles. Allow the body to lengthen down the side. Relax the feet, relax the calf muscles. Inhale, exhale, gently pull the core in as you roll through. Roll them to the other side, lay them down onto the floor. Inhale, exhale. And again, just relaxing the feet, relaxing the neck, head, the hands, let the fingers go heavy. And then switch the core on, bring the legs back through to the centre. Let the knees now flop out to the side, bring the heels together. And then you can just place your hands onto your thighs. And then bring the knees back in. Hook one leg in, extend the other, then just bring the leg out to the side so it's moving away from the body. Point and flex the feet. You can do some nice circles in both directions. Bring the leg back, lower, hook in, go to the side, bring the leg out to the side, draw some circles round. And then bring the leg back. Okay, so bringing yourself up and all the way around, you're going to come onto all fours. So in this stretch, you're going to have your hands further than hip distance apart and further forwards, tucking the toes under, bringing yourself up into a V, then aiming the heels towards the floor and your chest towards your thighs. Holding this stretch, little bend in your elbows to protect the elbow joints, and aiming those heels towards the floor is going to give you a really nice stretch down the back of the calf muscles. Come up onto the toes and lower back down. And then gently lower the knees down, walk the hands back, and you're going to come up to standing. Rocking back onto the feet, gently rolling up, stacking the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down. Bringing your arms out to the side, take a breath in. Exhale, come down, cross over, up. Inhale, and again. Clasping the hands, reaching up. And then lower, twist to the side. Twist back. Drop the arms, walk the feet in. And let's finish as we started. Hip distance apart with the feet, both pointing forward and imagining the helium balloon pulling through the spine, through the neck and out the top of the head. So you're standing as tall as you can, eyes on the horizon, then roll the shoulders up, back and down. And again, up, back and down. And you're finished. Well done. Okay, so then well done. And don't forget to join in. There'll be another class in the next day or two. Thank you.